Okay, so this is going to be my review of Powerpuff Girls episode 6. And we are introduced to a new villain, and it's another Buttercup episode. Yep. Just it's like in tandem. Bubbles Buttercup, Bubbles Buttercup. And that's what it's been all week. Although I'm told there's going to be a Blossom episode next week and a few Blossom-centric episodes next week, so yeah. Anyway, so the whole story is that Bubbles is trying to find inner peace, which I feel like we've done this before because as I faintly recall, there was an episode dealing with Buttercup trying to find inner peace. I clearly remember there was an episode already doing this in the previous series, but hey, you gotta relearn a lesson sometimes, I guess. No, actually, in real life, yeah, sometimes you have to relearn a lesson. Anyway, so we are introduced to the first new villain of the Powerpuff Girls series, and it is Man Boy, who looks like a chibi version of Manly Dan from Gravity Falls. Yep. So, Man Person, his whole power is that he can control things with his sheer manly will, and also has a living beard and can summon living stakes. It's manly. And here I am thinking, you could have done this episode with Fuzzy Lumpkin, and it wouldn't have changed. No, really. It's the same thing with the Panda episode with Bubbles. I feel like you could have used, where I said, you could have used him, and it wouldn't have changed the plot that much. I feel like here you could have used Fuzzy Lumpkin, and, I know he's in the show, but I feel like you could have used Fuzzy Lumpkin, and it would have been any different. The only change you would have had to have done with that, instead of, him angry that it's not manly anymore, it'd have been angry that they're all on his property! Yeah. So that would be it. I'm kind of now waiting for the inevitable man-boy fuzzy team-up right now. I'm just kind of waiting for that, eventual inevitability. But, it's our first new villain, and he's alright. Maybe they'll do something interesting with him later on. But no, the episode pretty much delves with Buttercup feeling anger, and the rest of and her sisters being like, okay, look, you need to calm down. You really need to chill the fuck out, okay? You can't do this. Yeah. So, the big thing with this episode is that Buttercup is learning from this guru called Chilaxin, I think his name is, which in of itself sounds like a supervillain name if you ask me. But no, he's teaching her the power of fire and water in one's soul, and learning to be both. It's deep. Yeah, I tried I gotta be honest, guys. I tried inner peace thing. Didn't work for me. I kind of stormed out of the class. I can't do inner peace, apparently. Anyway. And it's kind of funny because the Zen teacher even told me I am way beyond saving. So, I don't know what that says about my life, but whatever. Anyway. There's not much else I really can say about this other than, Buttercup is learning all this Zen stuff, and then she uses a combination of her anger and her peace to defeat Man-Boy. And that's kind of the episode in a nutshell, really. So, it's not a bad episode, it's just that I was kind of like, I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before? So, there was one joke I actually kind of laughed at because I thought it was kind of funny. Was the when Man-Boy is like making a totem out of a wooden totem out of in the form of the Powerpuff Girls, and then he throws the chainsaw at Buttercup's head, and the chainsaw bounces off and it sputters and dies, and he's like, "Oh man, that'd have been so cool." And he just walks off, and I was like, that's kind of funny. But yeah, so. First villain, alright. I'm kind of wondering who these other new villains are, because apparently, according to the creators of Powerpuff Girls, not only are they kind of getting rid of Miss Keen, they are saying that there's going to be a reason next week. We're going to find out the reason of why, not Miss Keen, Miss Bellum. Yeah, Miss Bellum is leaving the show, and we're also, we are getting, some villains are not returning as well. While they haven't said it, they haven't said that Sedusa and the Rowdy Rough Boys, and I think one other villain. Oh yeah, the Amoeba Boys. They haven't been confirmed for the series yet. Now, that doesn't mean they've been written off the show. They may return if the show gets another season, which I think it already did, so maybe they'll return in Season 2. But as it stands, they're not in the show right now. They're not in the series right now, so I don't know. I can deal with no more Amoeba Boys, really. I mean, we are getting the Gangrene Gang. We know we got Princess. We know we have him and Mojo and Fuzzy. But, I could, if I was to pick any villain that I wouldn't care for it not to come back as the Amoeba Boys, yeah. But you kind of need... And Sedusa I can deal with, because she only had a few episodes and they weren't really memorable. Oh, no, well, the one with Miss Bellum-centric, that was kind of memorable, but that was for all the wrong reasons. I'm rambling. But if you were to bring back any villain... that needs to come back, it's the Rowdy Rough Boys. You really need them to be the bizarre, that evil, that foil for them, and you can really do some cool stories with the boys. I think you can honestly do some really cool stuff. So I think it would be if I was to pick out of the three, I can only bring back Sedusa, Amoeba Boys, or the Rowdy Rough Boys. Which ones would I pick if I can only pick one to come back, and the other two would go? It'd be the Rough Boys. So. Anyway, sorry for that little rant, but, Anyway, all in all, just an okay episode. I haven't really found an episode that's really, grabbed me yet. I haven't really found an episode that has, reached out and been like, yeah, this episode is so damn good. It's just been kind of fun, and it's been okay, so... This is kind of giving me my fix, by the way, for... This is also giving me a fix for, until, Steven Universe comes back in 2 months. Counting those days down, boys and girls, counting down those days, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you guys tell me, what did you guys think of this episode of Powerpuff Girls? You guys like it? You guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.